President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has appointed Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Boying Remulla as the new ombudsman following the completion of the term of Samuel Martires in July. Remulla has been serving as the country's 59th Secretary of Justice since his appointment in June 2022. Remulla's appointment comes amid opposition, with Remulla even having to seek clearance from the ombudsman to qualify for the post. That's after facing at least 3 complaints before the ombudsman over his role in the arrest and surrender of former President Rodrigo Duterte to the International Criminal Court.
Good day po sa lahat, si Fiscal EJ po ito. We now have a new ombudsman, si former Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Boying Remulla. Pero ano nga ba ang tunay na kapangyarihan ng ombudsman at hanggang saan ang kaya nitong gawin para papanagutin ang mga sangkot sa flood control scam na umabot ng daan-daang milyong piso? Sa video na ito, himay-himayin natin ang powers, functions at limitations ng Office of the Ombudsman sa ilalim ng Republic Act No. 6770 at kung paano ito magiging susi sa laban kontra korupsyon. The recent appointment of Justice Secretary Boying Remulla as the new ombudsman did not surprise many and scared not a few, especially the DDS. After years in the Department of Justice, he now takes on one of the most powerful constitutional offices tasked to fight corruption. Marami ang teka muna, kasi mula sa DOJ, lilipat si Remulla sa Office of the Ombudsman, isang ehensya na may napakalaking papel sa laban kontra katiwalian sa gobyerno. Under the 1987 Constitution and the Ombudsman Act of 1989 or Republic Act No. 6770, the Ombudsman is often called the protector of the people. It is an independent body, meaning hindi ito dapat kontrolado ng presidente, ng Congress o ng judiciary. Ang mandato ng ombudsman ay siguraduhin ang mga opisyal ng gobyerno ay nananagot kapag sila ay ng abuso, nagbulsa ng pera o nagpabaya sa tungkulin. Sa madaling salita, ang ombudsman ang bantay laban sa katiwalian. So what can the ombudsman actually do? Section 15 of RA 6770 gives a long list of powers, and they're not just symbolic. The Ombudsman can investigate, prosecute, and even order disciplinary action against any public officer or employee. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng mag-imbestiga ang Ombudsman kahit walang reklamo. Pwede rin siyang magpatawag ng mga dokumento, maglabas ng subpoena, at magparusa sa mga hindi sumusunod, tulad ng contempt power ng korte. The Ombudsman also has primary jurisdiction over cases that fall under the Sandigan Bayan, meaning it can take over investigations from other agencies like the DOJ or NBI if the offense involves high-ranking officials. Kaya kung may kaso ng malversation, graft o ghost projects na kinasasangkutan ng mga mambabatas, opisyal ng DPWH o lokal na pamahalaan, ang ombudsman ang main authority para mag-imbestiga at magsampa ng kaso. From investigation to filing of criminal cases sa Sandigan Bayan to recommending administrative penalties tulad ng dismissal, suspension, or perpetual disqualification, lahat yan kaya ng ombudsman. Recently, the flood control project scandal made headlines, involving hundreds of millions in alleged kickbacks and ghost projects. So what can the new ombudsman Remulla do? First, he can motu proprio investigate, meaning on his own initiative, any public official involved in the scam. He doesn't need a formal complaint. Pangalawa, pwede siyang mag-issue ng subpoena para makuha ang mga kontrata, project reports, at COA audit findings. Pangatlo, pwede niyang i-direct ang NBI, COA o DPWH na magbigay ng assistance o dokumento para mapabilis ang investigasyon. Now, if sufficient evidence is found, the Ombudsman can file criminal cases for graft, malversation, falsification, plunder, or any other criminal case before the Sandigan Bayan. He can also recommend administrative sanctions like suspension or dismissal even while the criminal cases are ongoing. At kung may mga opisyal na ayaw makipagtulungan, may kapangyarihan siyang mag-contempt o mag-utos ng preventive suspension. Hindi ito simpleng warning, ito ay legal enforcement power. But here's the challenge. The Ombudsman must act independently, even if the people involved are politically powerful. That means no selective justice, no hesitation to prosecute allies, and no fear of political backlash. Kaya ang tanong ngayon, will Remulla be the protector of the people or will he just be reduced to being the protector of the powerful? Ang kredibilidad ng ombudsman ay nakasalalay sa kanyang tapang na ipatupad ang batas kahit sino pa ang tamaan. The Ombudsman's Office is one of the last lines of defense against corruption. Its powers are immense, but only as effective as the person who wields them. Kung magagamit ng tama ang kapangyarihang ito, pwedeng mabawasan ang katiwalian at masiguro na ang pondo ng bayan ay napupunta lang talaga sa bayan. So, with Remulla now at the helm, will the Ombudsman finally bring accountability to the flood control scam? Ikaw, ano sa tingin mo? So yan lang po ang nais kong ibahagi today, and see you in my next video. Maraming salamat po.